guys, Rick Shaw here. It's Sunday, and I remember Tropical Tim was over here. My wife was cooking fish today, so it made me think about the stinky fish. And he was saying, oh, his wife cooks it outside, and you don't like the smell. And me, we kind of have a dirty kitchen. That's where we always cooked anyway, so we're good. But it reminded me of a story, so I'm gonna start a little tiny series on, and I'll keep them as short as I can, on stories, things that happened to me in my life. And my one buddy, my best buddy here, Filipino guy, he said, why don't you tell those on there? Because it's pretty cool. So I said, okay, so here's the story I have, and I'll let you know the background on it. When my oldest boy, he's 35 now, when he was just about 3-4 years old, he liked to fish. So we lived close to a river, and we could walk down a few hundred feet and be on the bank of the river. And if we put a light out, we found out if we put a light out on a post, one of them Coleman lanterns, little gas lantern, the fish would come up to look at the light, looking for bugs. So, and we found out when we were fishing, if we put worms or any other stuff and threw it on there and they wouldn't touch it. But if we put the like fly fishing stuff, little bees or something like that, hit the water, they'd strike it right away. And we caught a lot of fish. Well, the one night there were no fish coming up, like with the light or anything, and we started catching these little catfish. I mean, these things were maybe 5 inches long. I know you hear the fish stories about fish being, they're this big, but they were 4 or 5 inches long, these little ones. And it seemed like we were catching the same one. So we threw them on the bank, and there they sat. And we caught more. We caught like 7 of them. And so we went up to the house and figured, the little animals will eat that. There's a lot of coons and cats and stuff. That'll be a good treat for them. And a lot of catfish in that river. I mean, just unbelievably how many catfish are in that river. Well, I was talking to a buddy of mine that trapped, and was telling him about our fish we caught. He was one of my best coon hunting buddy, and we were always doing stuff together. And he said, "Oh man, can you go get those? I'll use them for my coon traps." I said, "Oh, they're days old now. They're probably pretty stinky by now, and the cats might have ate them. Yeah, if you can get them for my traps, that'd be great." So I went ahead and I went down and got them, and there were some maggots in there, and they were pretty rotten. I actually took a plastic bread bag and grabbed them all into the bread bag and wrapped them up, and then I told him, "What do you want me to do?" He says, "Can you put them into the freezer till the next time I'm over there?" Sure. So I went ahead and wrapped them up. I had some freezer paper. I wrapped them up, and I wrote Kevin's Fish on there. And I told my wife, don't touch them, and she knew what they were, so we put them in the deep freezer. Well, he never came and got them, and I forgot about them. And about a year later, my brother, who's a big-time fisherman, he lived on the eastern seaboard. He's just hell for fishing. He loves to fish. I went with him fishing off a bridge one time in this river, and he caught this big. Hi, Itchy. How you doing, buddy? It's our little neighbor dog. How you doing, buddy? There's some water for you. And he caught this big bluefish, it was called. Man, that was the coolest thing. I'm like, wow, I was never big on fishing, but that was a nice fish. Well, we're at home, and we're outside. We're actually outside in the car. We got the kids packed in the car, and we're getting ready to leave. We're going to go on a overnight trip, and there comes my brother. And hey, bro, wish you would have called. We're leaving. And it was a trip we couldn't take him. We don't impose somebody else other than us on anybody. So he was like, okay. I said, well, here's the key. Make yourself at home, and food's in the fridge, whatever you want. So we were gone, and we come back. Hi, baby.
Bye.
We came back. Okay. All right. Thanks, buddy. We come back the next day, the afternoon the next day, and when we got in the house, that place just stunk. It was just horrible. And I said, "Man, what the heck? What'd you cook?" He says, "Oh, I found them fish in the freezer." And he says, "Bro, I'm going to give you a little tip. You're supposed to take the guts out of the fish before you freeze them." I never told him. about how those fish came to be. This is Rick Shaw out.